X. How's everything looking for Friday's match?
I think everything's looking pretty good. The boys are pretty confident, played some good cricket last time out. So I guess the way Sri Lanka are going, it's shaping up to be a pretty tight contest.
It has been tightened up a bit, hasn't it? Because you guys started off really well, but other teams have fought back a bit.
It's been a strange sort of competition so far. The way the competition started, there was a lot of tight games, sort of last over, last ball finishes, and the last sort of 3 or 4 games have been sort of blowouts. So it's pretty hard to gauge where the 3 teams sit at the moment. But I think given our position on the table, we're pretty happy with the way things are going.
And your back spasm, that was just a one-off, you said. It's all good to go.
Yeah, it was just a one-off. So yeah, nothing too bad there. Hopefully, sort of a bit of rest and recovery this week, and I'll be right to go on Friday.
It'll be a bit of a different feeling, mate, around the team without Ricky in there?
It's going to be very different. Obviously, having Ricky around there for the last sort of 15 or 16 years, he's sort of the guy who's got all the energy in the group, so it's probably, that role's probably going to have to shift to someone else now. So it's going to be a very different feel and probably very different for the public who come to watch.
He was obviously struggling a little bit, but were you surprised to see him dump from the team?
Like Ricky said, if you don't sort of put the runs or take the wickets, then you sort of leave yourself up for this sort of outcome. So yeah, it is unfortunate that this is the way it's gone, but professional sport, that's sort of the way things go.
What about playing in front of the home crowd? You said last week you were looking forward to that.
Yeah, well, since I've come into this team, sort of 12 or 18 months ago, I've been really looking forward to trying to get a game in front of a home crowd. So hopefully a few people get along on Friday, and yeah, it should be a good day for Hilfie and I, hopefully.
How much of a role do you think spin will play here in the one-day matches?
Well, spin traditionally doesn't play a big role. I think most teams, or both teams, will probably only go in with one spinner and maybe some part-timers. So I think it'll probably be left to the quick stuff. It looks a pretty quick wicket, and that's probably the way it'll be.
How have you seen your form though, mate? I mean, you've played some very important roles throughout the series so far. You must be pretty happy with the way the ball's coming out.
Yeah, I guess the way that things have gone early on in the tournament probably took wickets, which was probably the credit for some of the other guys doing the hard work. But probably over the last couple of games, it's probably me doing some of the hard work, and they've been the ones to get the rewards. So I feel pretty comfortable in the team now. It's probably taken a little while to sort of settle in, but feel like I can do whatever's asked of me. So been pretty happy with that.
It's been a summer now since you were picked for that Test series. I mean, can you look back now and over the last 12 months and compare the bowl that you were then to where you are 12 months on?
Oh yeah, I think that's the name of the game as a spinner. You've got to learn from everything you do, and unfortunately the Test stuff didn't really go the way that I'd hoped. But like I said, you've got to learn from that. And at 29 as a spinner, that's still quite young, and hopefully got a bit of learning to do, and hopefully a bit of white clothing to go in as far as Test cricket goes.
Disappointing, won't be around the boys for the Ryobi Cup final?
That will be disappointing. Yeah, it's poor scheduling that, I think. They probably could have put a couple of days either side. But no, I think that's just the way it is. It'd be nice to be able to play in both, but playing for Australia is probably as good as it gets. So that's the way it is, and pretty happy that's the way it is, to be honest.